Hello, my friends, and welcome back to New Dolancia, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. As the friends completed their task for Melgar, Ahara was led back to the archaeologist's camp, at which he was reunited with Misku. Together with Antarius, the three entered the ruin of Dintharum through an old, collapsed wall, which led inside a dungeon and a torture chamber. Inside, they were accosted by several of the undead, including one bearing a pendant insignia of House Drac. After their bout, the friends were rejoined by the rest of the party outside the constabulary. They continued deeper into the ruin, continuing across a strange door with familiar markings and 6 depressions. Unable to advance further, they continued toward the residential district. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Let's see if I can get some of this music rolling here. Awesome. So when we left off on Tess's turn. You see, and I know that we have some people who are currently, well, we have Ahara who's currently, or we're still waiting on him to get here. So let's see, where we left off, Ahara, Ianfyr, you guys were hearing some noises coming from the north. Let's see, and Tess and Misku, looked like you had started exploring down this hallway here. So Tess, you are up.
Sorry, I'm opening my character sheet. Give me just a moment.
Yeah, good point. I should probably do the same.
I usually open it, but I was so busy eating deviled eggs that I completely forgot.
I can 100% imagine Tess getting distracted eating deviled eggs.
Same though.
Let's see. Okay, so Misku, you're still missing HP. It looks like. Is that right?
I am, yeah.
All right. So gonna reach out and poke Misku with a good old cure wounds.
Just like one finger out, just boop.
Yep, you are healed, my lady.
So it looks like it heals for 10.
All right.
She literally reaches out and says, "Boop," and then pokes Misku to grant her healing.
Kind of puts her fists on her hips and kind of like strong poses.
That'll be it for my turn.
Govan circles the corner and approaches you, Cyrene. He takes one look at the gate before you and asks, "Any way in?"
So Cyrene is gonna try to inspect, and as far as she knows, not yet. So she's just gonna look and just shake her head, and it makes like a little jingle sound.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Like a little fairy jingle.
Oh, we'll keep searching then. No, he continues down the hall past you and rounds the corner. Misku, you're confronted with this hallway, and you can't seem to see all the way down it at current, but it looks like it might turn off to the left, or it might branch off to the left and right.
All right. All right, I want to. So I gained with the levels, I gained a movement buff, I think, also. I'm trying to double check and make sure I don't have heavy armor on, though, because that would nullify that. I don't think I'm wearing armor right now.
Right now, because we're not in combat or anything.
Oh, right. We're just exploring.
I'll allow you to move up to your normal sprint speed, so we'll call it like 120.
Yeah.
So
Let's move.
we'll consider that like running, and then your 60 will be like regular walking.
Okay. I'll take 30 here.
So let's stop right there for just a moment, and I'd like you to go ahead and roll a perception check.
I got 10.
Don't think that's going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work.
So just keep going, or?
One moment. Get
Okay.
some stuff ready here. So at first you don't hear or see anything. That is to say that your sensitive mind notices a wrongness in the fabric of space. Something's wrong.
Did you forget to code something?
Caught that reference, did you?
Forgot to turn the stove off at home.
So Misku will put a hand up back towards Tess to signal just to hold back a little bit.
Tess nods in reply.
Misku is going to... I'm going to peek this corner. Move it here. Huh.
Go ahead and...
Should I roll a stealth?
You can roll a stealth if you'd like.
I would. No. Thanks,
didn't
plus
see it.
4 bonus.
As you peek around the corner, you see the glint of these eyes turn around and meet yours. You've been spotted. These look like the same lumbering figures that you've noticed, this entire time that you've previously fought. These are obviously zombies, but once again, two of them have. Well, actually, I'm sorry. One. Two of them have pendants around their necks.
So you're saying there's 2 chains? Yay.
Just take a critical hit to my mind. Alright, well, they already spotted me, so I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to position here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to raise up my hand, signaling... Can Tess see me from where I am right now? She can see me, right?
Yes, she can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to signal up with my hand, just 3 fingers up, and then yank my hand forward towards the doorway and rush in.
Okay, Tess is going to signal to Val. She's gonna be like, Val.
Okay, so...
Val draws out his weapon and nods.
And Tess points down the hallway to where Misku just disappeared.
Poof. I have... trying to make sure... I'm trying to remember if I popped Frenzy on our last session. Because I know I'm still enraged, but I don't know if I frenzied or not.
You'll have to frenzy again. Combat had
Okay.
ended.
Well, then I will...
However,
frenzy again.
you have already taken a basic action, or a this is a bonus action, but wait, is rage a standard action, or is it a bonus action? I feel like it was a bonus action.
Rage I can activate without taking away from a turn.
Okay, cool.
And I believe Frenzy works the same way.
Yeah, so Yeah, roll frenzy just happens when you rage. So,
But since
but yeah,
sorry,
you,
go ahead.
because you stealthed in the previously, that was your action, so to speak.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm going to, because I was smart and I actually made sure to do my levels. I'm going to take my normal attack and my new extra attack that I earned in level 5. So, up.
Oh yeah, you do get you do get the extra attack as your bonus. So yeah,
E.
that is a hit.
Hello.
Easily bloodied.
We're going to up again.
Also a hit. All right. Oops. Where did I put my thing? There it is. Let's see. Ooh, yep. Your blow seems like it should kill this undead creature, return it to its state of death. However, it seems to just stand right back up and keep going for you.
It's just a flesh wound.
All right. I will end my turn.
Let's see. How far can Val'faelen run? How far can you run? 20 feet? So that he would make it about right here. Val'faelen takes off around the corner. He sprints as far as he can, and as far as he can get. Ianfyr. So you see Val take, or you hear Val take off around the corner. It's quite loud. There's the clanking of armor. You hear these footsteps.
Yeah,
For-
but we also hear this noise up north.
Yeah, momentarily it pulls your attention away from the noise that you've heard coming from the north.
Let me see. All right. I am going to go through this hallway. Let's see. Let's come to here. Do I notice anything along, I guess this is walls or whatever?
So you don't notice anything along the walls per se, but as you advance down this hallway, there is the air sort of becomes very thick.
So no writing or anything like that along these walls.
No writing or anything, but the air becomes really thick and humid. Also, it smells terrible.
All right. I wonder. So at times like this, I wish it's times like this, I wish I'd stayed in magic school and learned dancing lights. Uh. Chill, warm, or flavor. Okay. So, but I don't hear any like louder noises from my area now, heading that way, do I?
Any louder noises?
Like the noise that we heard, like coming from that area, that doesn't sound louder now, does it?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Nope. You don't hear a thing, actually. You definitely heard it before, but not now.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll just continue moving along.
All right. As you progress further down this hallway, the air becomes very, very thick and very humid. The smell is just absolutely offensive. Go ahead and roll another Constitution check. It is always you.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, since combat has started, I'm going back to reinforcing the 30-60 standard movement rule.
Yeah.
All right, you're able to keep your the word I'm looking for, composure. Let's use composure.
Sure, I guess I can hold down my lunch, especially probably doesn't smell quite as bad as the unclean bathtub or hot tub or whatever.
Or what was the last one that you actually you actually got into? The meat. Yes, as well.
Oh yeah.
It's always you.
All right. All right. Yeah, that'll be my turn, I guess.
Ahara kind of creeps up behind you, staying very quiet. Cyrene, your turn.
All right, so Cyrene is going to round this corner and try to like just see if she can find like anything that was dropped, any kind of key or anything. What should she roll for that?
Investigation.
Perception? Okay, investigation.
Well, you search
20.
around and I'm afraid you don't find anything of any use.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn. I'm just trying to find something.
Okay. Terrius strolls around the other side. You see him come out into the hallway and continue after, well, in the direction that you saw Govin walk. Tess.
Okay, Tess is just gonna kind of cautiously approach down the hallway and take a glimpse at what's going on.
In the distance, you see a... oh, yes, I should also do this. That's going to occur... There we go. So in the distance, you see a shambling, what looks to be a humanoid here. Over to your right, which is here, you see, you see Misku, and she appears to be preoccupied, using her weapon. Misku, the zombie attempts to slam into you. That looks like a miss.
Yep.
Another zombie kind of rushes over toward Val, as a second one comes from the rear of the room, from the rear of the room, kind of close to a large rectangular sort of a, I don't want to say cube, but it's a big, like, table object. Both of the zombies attempt to slam into each of you, but both of them miss horribly. Misku, you're up.
I imagine they're just kind of like bouncing off our chests, and we're looking down like,
They're like stumbling, walking toward us.
all right. I am gonna go to work on the same guy as before, but now I have Frenzy active, so I'm gonna hit him 3 times.
All right.
Ooh, hello.
First one is a hit. Which one are you attacking?
This friend.
Okay.
Nat. Right, Nat 20.
Yep, that is a crit. So
21 damage.
21. That is quite the overkill.
Misku just says, stay down?
He drops.
Whew. Then he explodes into a Mortal Kombat amalgamation of bones with like 5 rib cages.
And a viscera.
Alright. Well then, our friend here is gonna get the next 2 shots. Oof. So 11. Dice Karma's catching up with me after that last one.
11. That is a hit.
Yes. Alright. So 7. Less exciting.
All right.
Alright, let's smash him again. Another 11.
That is a hit. We have 7 damage. And this zombie is bloodied.
Like, more so than usual for a zombie, I guess?
Yep. It's pretty messed up.
That's my turn.
Alright, Val'faelen takes a swing at the zombie. Well, actually. Alright, we're just going to make 2 attacks. Standard stuff. Alright. Both are hits. There we go. And a 1, and a 2. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. And he drops, thankfully. Ianfyr.
All right, we're going to continue on down and see what we see. Around this corner.
All right. So as you round the corner, the smell really ramps up quite a lot. And as you as your eyes adjust to the rest of the room, it's pretty dark in here, but you can make out what seem to be these benches along the walls. Each of them has a hole, or has a couple of holes in them. occurs to you that this is a bathroom.
Of course it is. All right, I'm gonna come back around this way.
As you,
Yeah.
By the way, as you were looking into the room, you seem to notice a small shining thing.
One cubic foot. Sure, I'll go ahead and use prestidigitation on that area where the shiny thing is to try to clean it up.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you clean the dust off of it. And, yeah, you can definitely make out this shine now. There is definitely something metallic. And it looks to be, well, it looks to be sitting, kind of, on the wood here.
I guess I will go and try to grab the shiny thing at the...
So as you approach it, it appears to be the top of a key that has been wedged into the boards of this toilet fixture.
Wedged into?
Yeah, so it's like this, it's been wedged in, and as you kind of tug at it, it doesn't seem to budge. You're gonna have to put some force into getting this thing, pry this thing loose.
Well... I guess I'll call over Ahara and say, I got something stuck in here and I need a little bit of help with this.
Okay. Do you want to try to... You want to try to remove it in any way? Oh wait, you already used your prestidigitation.
Well, I mean, the prestidigitation is a cantrip, but yeah.
Well, it still takes an action though.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be my turn. I'll just call him to come help.
Okay. So Ahara moves up, as does Talos, following him. And we'll say that he does help you with the... he starts working with the key to try to get it out. We'll just try a strength check. So he's just going to kind of yank it to start. Try to kind of break it loose. Oh yeah, so he yanks at this key, and sure enough, it comes loose, and it kind of flops down onto the basin here. So, as he does this, Ianfyr, you start to notice this movement occurring from within the bowl, as it were. And slowly this liquid reaches over and engulfs the key and starts to kind of collect. And it continues to do so for a little while until it starts taking a strangely humanoid form. did I put him? Did we seriously do this? Give me a second here. I don't think that. No, that wasn't him. Where did I put him? Yeah, I seem to have misplaced his character sheet. Give me a second here. That's embarrassing. Uh, okay. One moment, sorry. But you... Let's say he was from the Monster Man. Either way, we can go ahead and move on from here. Cyrene, you're up.
Okay, so Cyrene's gonna just keep walking. She's gonna be here, kind of go back a little bit. And she's gonna come up to this, like, little crossroads. And then try to do, like, another investigation.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Wait. 14.
So one thing of note in this area is that there are two skeletons on the ground. One of which, the one over here, appears to have been a dwarf, but this is a bit larger than most dwarves you've seen. You know that the form is quite a bit taller. The one that is here appears to have a large portion of its face sort of deranged. Well, there seem to be a lot of bones missing, but this one is also very large as compared to the other dwarves that you've seen.
Okay. And this might sound a little weird, can I try, like, to, like, get close to them and like go through the bones?
One moment here.
Like, move them around and stuff?
So you want to kind of rifle through the bones and investigate them
and,
further?
like, take out a look at them and see, like, is it deranged? Like, is the face like something ate it, or like it's deformed?
After closer inspection, you find that this... Maybe it didn't even drag in. Sorry, one moment. I'm trying to sort this other thing out in the background. This thing is just really fighting me today. What is going on here? Just wow. Can I do this? How can I really want to add this creature to my scene, if you don't mind. Anybody on that? Maybe I can, like, kind of do it down here. There we go. That worked. Okay, sure. Perfect. Okay. So, as you start to investigate the this skeleton here, you first take a look at the skull, and you notice that this is actually not a deformity or any kind of damage that has been done, but it looks like this skeleton did not it looks like it may have had a beak. You start to investigate other parts of this skeleton, and you note that the spine has some missing areas where it looks like maybe wings could have been attached.
Oh, weird.
You immediately start to think back to the kind of faded, old, ancient paintings that you saw before, and it is pretty possible that these two creatures are one and the same.
Okay. So she's going to keep that in mind and then go over to the other one. And do those bones look the same? Like, does it have the same kind of, like, beak and...
No. No, this one, these definitely have the, sort of the telltale markings of the dwarves that you've seen, and the, particularly the Durgar, or the ancient dwarves. So it has sort of these high-set cheekbones, and you can, it kind of has a very wide jaw. But again, this is a quite a bit taller skeleton than most of the dwarves you've seen, including the Durgar, who were also quite stout and short. But this is like huge. This is like a very, very large human.
Okay. So Cyrene is just gonna move. She's gonna finish looking at these guys and then move a little bit forward back to this desk and just try to see if she can see anything else that might be of use or value.
Okay. Sorting through the pages on the desk. So there are some papers on the desk that detail different people who were brought into the constabulary and placed into the dungeon, placed under arrest. You notice that the final page has a bunch of entries, or the final 2 pages. Do you note a lot of entries for the names Balfour and the names Drac?
Okay.
It's Balfour, by the way.
Okay. She's gonna take those pages and just, like, keep them.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just
and
the 2?
that'll be the end of my turn. Yeah, like the 2, like, last pages.
Okay. All right. Tess, we're back to you.
All right. Alright, after seeing the undead come at me, bro, I'm gonna step forward. Right about here. And I would like to use my channel divinity, turn undead.
Bring out the dead.
What's your spell save DC?
Let me look.
He crits, never mind.
Yeah, ooh. 13 though.
If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move into a space 30 feet of you. Also can't take reactions for its action. It can use only the dash action to try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving if there's nowhere to move.
And that should be... Shouldn't that be all undead within 30 feet that can hear or see me?
Hold on, I need to block this guy real quick. Thank you. Okay. Nope, that's wait, say that last thing you said again.
Each undead that can hear or see me within 30 feet, so it should be... Shouldn't it be all of these guys?
These ones are dead.
Or this? Oh, okay. I didn't
but-
see the icons. They blend in really well.
Yep, this one, however, is not dead,
Just this one.
and he starts running from you.
And that ends my turn.
Awesome.
I feel happy. That's why he's running away, because he's not dead.
So the zombie. He takes off. Misku, as he leaves your area, go ahead and roll a attack of opportunity.
What do I roll for that again?
Just an attack.
So, like, roll with my weapon, or?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not used to having people, like, run away before I can...
That is a hit.
Hey, buddy.
Right.
Where you running?
Is it different if I'm just going to try this real quick. No, it's still just an ability thing. So he rolls 10. Nope, he drops.
Yeah.
Misku,
Double dead.
we're back to you.
All right. So we out of combat now, or are we still in combat?
We are out of combat. Well, we are technically still in combat, but you guys are out of combat.
Okay.
So
the
please,
movement's gonna...
yeah, movement stays at maximum of 60 at sprint.
Man, this room is genuinely creepy as fuck. I love this. I didn't know I needed... Oh, go ahead.
So you seem to have entered a what appears to be a church, and along the sides here are these rows of pews. Seem to have been moved quite drastically. As you look over toward the side, there is a toppled over statue, which seems to have broken in half. There is also another statue over on the right-hand side that stares down at you. This appears to depict a dwarf, but a very large one, very tall, and also very, I guess, very robust looking. Before you, there appears to be some sort of altar. It has dried, caked-on blood and atop it sits an old, rusted, useless-looking ceremonial dagger. Behind that, it looks like there was a portal constructed here, although this looks like a more recent fixture than the other objects in this room. That is not to say that it is not very old. That is to say that it looks younger than the rest of the objects here.
Okay.
By some, I don't want to say fraction, but some factor.
What's this guy right here?
What's that?
What's this guy?
That looks to be a basket full of something.
All right. Well, first thing I want to do is pocket this knife.
Sure. The knife is very rough to the touch, with rust and various decay. However, you are able to still fit it into its scabbard.
Nice.
Go ahead and add one rusted ceremonial knife. Or ancient. We'll call it ancient ceremonial knife.
Ancient knife. All right.
It looks, it is brittle, you can tell. If you were to try to stab someone with it, it would likely just, it would either just completely turn to dust, or it would just snap under the pressure.
Gotcha. And I want to search this basket.
There is ash in this basket.
Huh.
Do you want to continue?
Yes. The good stuff's always at the bottom anyways.
Hey,
Go ahead.
boo-boo, what do we do?
No need to roll anything for this. It's pretty straightforward. So you start digging through this basket, and you find a piece of paper. And as you pull that out, figure out what that was. Oh, that's why. I'm in the wrong category. One moment. Can I not do that? Oh, yes, I can. Okay. There you go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, man. I clicked the wrong one. I feel awful about that. And that is what's bad about not using... not popping these out one at a time. So that's what you actually find. I can't believe that pisses me. Hopefully that has closed out for you guys.
Yeah, I think it closed out.
Horrible disaster.
I've got the torn journal page.
Yeah, the torn journal page is the correct one.
Okay, cool. Misku reads this over, and definitely looks like things above her pay grade. But it looks important, so she'll hold on to that. Can I search this statue for anything? Is there anything important about this guy? I really don't like how he's looking at me. I'm really not a fan of that.
On closer inspection, and you're not... This is very strange to you because you've seen quite a few dwarves in your time. Quite a few members of the dwarvish and Duragar races, and he's just the proportions on him are all wrong. He's tall. He's like, he looks taller than any dwarf you've ever seen, but he's still very stocky. It's just completely wrong. It's like looking at like messed up, distorted art. It's like kind of disturbing in a way to you.
Mm-hmm. Can I take a swing at the statue?
Sure. Yeah, you hit.
I want to hit
There's
the legs.
you don't need to roll the attack on it. You just hit. Do your damage. Yeah, so you chip away at the statue. It doesn't seem bothered by anything.
Whatever. All right. That's all I got. I'm gonna go hand Val this paper because he seems more in tune with anything with politics than I care about. I'm just here to smash stuff. So I hand Val the paper.
All right. So you hand Val the torn journal page. He gives it a good read. We'll say he reads it out loud, Tess. So you should now have knowledge of this.
Okay.
Interesting. However,
Ought to miss.
wasn't it earlier mentioned that House Drac did not exist during this era?
That seems pretty contradictory to this.
Perhaps the house was not yet established, but the family lineage stretches back perhaps even this far.
Maybe someone tried to make the family disappear.
Yeah, it seems he was appointed the new High Summoner as well. It is possible that this is the first emergence of this house.
It's also a good point. Quite possible. Can we look
Miss-
at the medallions that are around the... You said that there were medallions that were around the undead, right? Earlier?
Yes.
Can we collect those and take a look at them?
Sure.
While you guys are doing that, Misku's kind of just standing against the wall with her elbow propped on top of her tetsubo and just kind of picking at her ear. She's not really interested in all this family drama stuff. I'm just here to smash stuff. So that's my turn.
Val moves over, grabs the pendant, and comes back. You grab the pendant from this guy right here. I'm just going to go ahead and move you the 5 since you're not in combat or anything like that. As you inspect these pendants, these are not the same pendants as before. One of them bears the emblem of House Alric, which is another of the dwarven great houses. One seems to bear the seal of House Malborn, which is also another great house.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Ianfyr, you're up.
And you think this thing was like a puddle of water that started forming around this thing?
Not water.
Well, I mean liquid.
Ianfyr, this is a shit demon.
Oh, Golgothan. Okay. Well, in that case, let's clean this air up a little bit with a little bit of what was that spell? Oh yes, firebolt. Oh no, that's the natural one.
Oh boy. Roll a wild magic surge.
Okay.
I was wrong. This isn't Resident Evil. This is Doom, and that's a cacodemon.
18. Let's see what that is.
Oh, that was hang on a sec. That was the D20, not the wild magic one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you already got your wild magic effect. I wish it was that one. Go ahead and roll that D100, please. Ah, 14. Oh. You cast confusion on yourself.
Why would this thing be? How would I mean, I'm already confused. How is this?
Did he hurt himself in his confusion?
He So yeah, he just casted confusion on himself.
So yeah, I guess I'm
Centered on a point.
double check what this says.
Go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
And I guess this would be versus your own spell save DC.
You know what? I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos. I'm gonna make this an advantage.
During your first level, you can manipulate the forces of chance and chaos to gain advantage on one attack roll ability check.
So versus my own DC.
What is your spell save DC?
15.
Okay, so yeah, you pass. For a moment, you feel really confused. And then it goes away.
Okay. And then I'll pat Ahara on the shoulder and say, "You got this, man," and I'll back away over here.
Okay. So Ahara also takes off past you, and as he rushes by you, he says, something to the extent of, "Let's get to, a easier ground to fight. A better combat ground, I guess. Better ground. Let's move to a better area." Cyrene, you're up.
Okay, so Cyrene is just gonna kind of continue to move. At this point, she's gonna try to like listen for her friends, try to see if she can find anyone. Can she use like a perception
Well,
or an?
no, there's not really going to be any way for you to hear anything at this
Okay.
distance.
Okay, so she can just move forward.
You can see that Antarius is down here, and you know that your friends went off this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the direction that Kimmerman had kind of pointed to when she said you should catch up with your friends. Antarius is just kind of pacing around. He's looking at the skeletons.
The skeletons.
Cyrene, did you want to take any other actions there?
Oh yeah. So she's gonna move. Sorry, my computer is giving me a little bit of issue right now. Okay. All right. So since she can't hear anything, she's just gonna continue on through here and just make like a little jingle as she passes Antarius. I imagine that fairies just jingle. Like, I don't know if they have little bells or they just make the
Like little
sound.
kitty bells.
Right, like I don't know, but I just imagine, maybe it's just Tinkerbell, but I just imagine that she just jingles. And she's gonna continue a little bit further, and that's my turn.
All right. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Where did I put his character? One moment, please. Come on, Annette. Where are you? One moment, please. Come on, Annette. Where are you? One moment, please. Come on, Annette. Where are you?
I'm getting an echo from your mic, Misku.
My bad. There we go.
What did he roll? 10? Yeah, okay. That actually works. Let me actually sort him in. Oh no, that was actually sorted in. Okay. Oh no. Okay, perfect. Misku, you're up.
Hey, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. You guys were just running from a shit demon.
So we have no idea about the shit demon over here, correct?
You've no idea about the shit demon over here now.
Would we smell the demon from here?
Nope.
Or does everything smells horrible down here?
Well, everything smells really dusty and musky down here. Especially this area, it smells of old incense and death. The zombies didn't smell particularly pleasant, and now you are covered in ash, which smells pretty bad as well. Nothing down here seems to smell very nice.
So before I head out of the room, I will motion towards the peculiar giant dwarven statue of a dwarf who obviously wanted to make himself look bigger than he was. And I'll just be kind of like, get a look at it, get a load of this asshole over here. Don't think I've ever seen a dwarf who looks like that.
Him big.
Him overcompensate.
Yes, the figures in these rooms are definitely different.
So Misku's gonna throw her club over her shoulders and start to mosey back out into the hallway. And she'll stop at the crossroads right here. Right here. There we go. That's what I want.
Okay.
It's gonna post up here and make sure nothing gets by.
All right. Val'faelen turns to the two of you just before you leave, Misku, and says, I'm going to return and check on the others. They haven't caught up with us yet. With that, he is going to make his way down the hallway. Wait, snap to center. There we go. So he's going to move 30 feet, just casually. Go. Ianfyr, you're up.
Hey, has that demon thing or whatever been put into the initiative?
Yes, he was. He needed an extra turn to continue forming himself. Or forming itself.
Well, now all his shit's gathered together and ready to go.
He got his shit together.
Yeah, since he got his shit together.
Let's try this again with maybe I said the words wrong. Isn't it? Maybe it's firebolt. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me do that right. Because I forgot I have my thing set for the advantage still. So
It would just take the first roll.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then a 10.
10 is a miss.
Okay, and then I will be yeah, I'll be okay. The smell of this thing is a little getting a little unbearable. Uh, uh, let's get it back to this area over here. 10, right there.
All right. I can't remember. Skip. Ahara, you had just attempted to pull this key out from the planks in this toilet area, and well, this shit started collecting on top of the key once you were able to pull it out, and had collected into a shit demon. It's a
I
shit
feel like
demon.
I wouldn't have taken that key.
You didn't take the key. You pulled it from between these boards. It landed back down on the boards where the shit collected on it and became a demon.
Like,
I've never seen
they
anything
do.
like it.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Talos is probably racing ahead of all of us from the smell.
Yeah, it smells pretty bad down here.
Yeah. Well, dogs eat poop, so
Yeah. Dogs do eat poop. Yes, they do. Looking over at Atlas like.
All right. So from my screen, I'm in a hallway somewhere. Is it to my north or south? Oh,
yeah,
got
it's
it.
right
Okay.
here. You scrambled after it initially came up because it's a very small area in there, and you deemed that it probably wasn't a good idea to try to fight it right there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, here,
What's down
I'll
the
let
hall
you.
behind me?
That's what the room looks like, because you were just in there, so
Got it.
you'd have at least that.
Okay.
So, and then this hallway, down this hall is, we went through is the area where we first started the session, which is where we ended last session, which was that gathering area where there was a small hallway, and then that had the sign that said Church North
Church South.
and Church South, and the
Well, I'm definitely having
residential
a coming to Jesus
east.
moment with that shit demon. All right. I'm going to continue moving away from the stench.
Holy shit.
All right. Right now, because we're currently in combat, please only move up to your 60 feet for sprinting. If you're sprinting. Otherwise, it's 30. You know the rules.
Okay. I sprinted away from the vile smell.
Cyrene, roll a... Actually, no. Don't roll anything. You do hear the footsteps. This is definitely the sound of running, and it is coming from your east. Well, it's coming from the east, I should say. Your east. Because it's everyone's east.
The east of the map.
The east of your
Okay.
position.
The east of my position on the map.
Correct.
Okay, so she's gonna also run over to here. And I can see Ahara's little nameplate, but can I see Ahara?
You can see his figure. Yeah, you can make out the figure of Ahara who is running down this hallway.
So, Ahara running probably doesn't mean a good thing. So she's just gonna kind of stay like right here and just like ready a spell, like a magic missile, in case something is following him. And
All
that's
right.
my turn.
Yes. Ianfyr, how much time do you have?
It's under 20 minutes.
Okay. Let me know when we're getting
Tess
close.
is going to make her way. There's a crossroads here. Tess is going to follow along with Misku, see what's going on down here. That's as far as I'm going to move.
All right. Oh boy. The speed.
So I right-clicked on the demon icon to open a new tab to take a look at what it actually looked like, and I wish I hadn't. I really wish I hadn't gotten a better look at it. It's like the worst color it could be.
So, Ianfyr, this has as this thing rounds the corner after you, it seems to have taken an even more humanoid form. It almost resembles, well, an elf made of shit.
A shitty elf.
Clearly,
Yeah.
this must have been something that Ahara created, since he's the one that touched it.
I'm not a shitty elf.
See.
What's with all this toilet language? This is a PG show.
I think we get a certain number of uses of different words for PG.
Misku, you're up.
Y'all made a scat man. Just saying. he's chasing you singing like that. I guess I will. Are we locked into the 60 distance for combat right now?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will. I'll move 25 this way. Take a peek in this room. Nothing.
You peer
I don't
around
see
the corner. The room seems pretty empty. It's likely this was some sort of a storage area at some point.
Cool. So I don't see anything on the ground or anything, or
Nothing of any import. There's
Alright.
dust and stuff.
I'll take my 25 back. Which leaves me with 10. Wait, I have my my movement bonus, so I have 30 left.
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna. I also want to measure that. Measure, please. This is a corner up here. I'm gonna move it right here and end it.
On the wall here, there are some markings. This time in common. Well, there's a set of dwarven writing at the top, a set of some strange writing underneath that, and a third line written in common says residential.
All right. I will ponder the residence of evil, and end my turn.
Val'faelen appears around the corner and locks eyes with you momentarily, Ahara. Seeing the frantic look on your face, he immediately draws his weapon and begins making his way over to you. Ianfyr, you're up.
Okay. Well, at least, luckily, it looks like it didn't have enough movement to be able to reach me. So, at least from what it moved previously. So, first, we're gonna try. We're gonna try this one more time. Hopefully,
Hit.
firebolt. Okay, for 14 fire damage.
The firebolt seems to sort of hit it, and it seems to kind of reel back a little bit, but it peters out kind of prematurely. It seems to be ineffective.
Okay, so this is not a flaming dog pile then. All right. Well, seeing that, I'm going to be right behind Talos and run.
So hearing all of the commotion, I'll say Val calls back down the hallway. Or actually, first he's going to call out to Ahara. What is it, Ahara?
Excrement. Go Gotham.
Shit hit the fan.
Excrement!
That's a big pile of shit.
Val kind of cocks his head questioningly and calls back down the hallway as loud as he can. We've got contact.
Not figurative, literal.
Tess, Misku, you are able to hear this just fine. It kind of echoes down the hall. Yeah, he seemed pretty alert, or pretty alerted by something. Ahara, you're up next.
All right. So they're coming from this direction, right?
Yeah, Val's coming from here.
Okay, I'm gonna head that way. Let's see.
Ianfyr.
All right, I'm gonna move to here to take up kind of a position and ready a arrow in case some shit comes around the corner. And I'm gonna have Talos kind of be ready
In
to do it.
case shit goes south, huh?
Basically.
Oh my, actually, literally. Jeez. Hold on, I need a pen.
I don't know. There's a wall right there, so shit might hit the wall if it keeps going south.
Well, at least there's no fan. Or is there?
Hopefully this shit's out of luck.
This shit's getting too real.
Does anyone have fan of knives?
Ugh.
All right, Ahara, you take up a defensive position. Cyrene, you're up next.
Okay, so let me see here. So she's going to go back up this way and meet up with the boys and kind of ask, what's going on?
You see Ianfyr running for his life.
Yeah.
I got some shit coming after me, man.
Are his literal words.
His literal words. So I don't think a fairy would know what shit is. So she'd probably just say, "What?" Like,
Are you saying fairies don't poop? Because I don't believe you.
They
You've
make
I-
fairy dust.
They poop fairy
don't-
dust.
actually know if fairies do poop though.
I mean, does a bear shit in the woods?
If it does, you don't live long enough to find out.
I mean, like, I've never seen. I don't know. Anyway,
All right.
I'll just say throw some magic missiles behind me. It's like, I don't know.
Zoink,
It's probably
Scoob.
like 30, 40 feet. It's
Yfyr's
probably
gone
like
like
30, 40 feet behind me.
he's gone like full Shaggy Scooby Doo on us.
so she's gonna say duck, and so she's gonna try to go up, and she just will. She will just shoot out her magic missiles.
Keep that thing on you.
Gotta do it to him.
Okay. Yeah, in your panic, you shoot magic missiles into the darkness.
Yeah.
I attack the darkness.
I was waiting for anyone. But Serena, you don't really have anything that you can see, aside from just somewhere behind Ianfyr. So you fire these things down the hall, and they just kind of seem to keep going.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's my turn. That's all I can do.
Tess, you're up.
Okay, so Tess is going to sprint down the hallway as fast as she can to try and meet up with everyone. She says down the hall, "I'm on my way."
Shit. The shit demon, now fully in the form of what appears to be a shitty elf. A crap elf? A poop elf. A poop elf.
Does he have a white shirt, pocket protector, and glasses?
It was a poop elf.
Pelt.
It's all poop. It's poop. He comes running up behind you. But yeah, that's his full movement. Misku?
Alright, let's go fight this buffalo diarrhea monster. Yeah, I'm gonna do my full 70. Nope. This seems hit
As
the
an
wall.
aside, Cyrene, you see this thing running up behind Ianfyr, and you're able to, well, go ahead and roll an Arcana check. You're able to identify this as a type of demon who is typically summoned by a powerful spellcaster, and that's all you know.
Oh, so I made this.
I was just gonna say, well, I mean, I don't know who could have done that, but
It slipped
Just
through
kidding.
the crack.
That was cheeky.
God damn it.
Well, it did come out the hole, so what did you expect?
All right. So Val'faelen, let's see if I. Yeah, Val'faelen runs up to you, Ianfyr, and he says, "Get behind me." See if he's got anything he can do here. I'm gonna ready an action for when you blow past me. Ianfyr, you're up.
So I'm gonna tap Val'faelen in the breastplate, say, "You got this, man," and I'm gonna give him.
Nice. He is hasted.
Haste. And then, as my bonus action, I will not be blowing.
Nice. So as soon as you teleport out, Val'faelen throws off a breath weapon. Plus your constitution modifier. 14 plus 8 is 22. Was it 21? Haha. Okay, so he's got oh, plus your proficiency bonus. Yeah, that was a fail. Creature takes 2d6 damage on a failed save. Much on a successful one. So that's 2d6 damage. That is 7 damage.
And I think that's gonna be it for me for the rest of this session because I'm gonna have to get ready to go. So, sorry, man. I've seen some shit.
So Ianfyr, I'm going to have you kind of take off down the hall and rejoin with Antarius.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and have you run that extra distance now.
You've got the runs.
All right. Ahara, you are up.
All right, having seen Val'faelen step to the fray, I'm gonna come forward to do my duty. I'm gonna hunter's mark the excrement demon and fire an arrow at him.
Okay. That is a hit.
Uh, 16 damage.
16 damage. Okay.
And then I'll just move past the door again.
So, okay,
Or
question.
past the hallway. Mm-hmm.
Enchanted bow, does that make... Well, no, I guess the arrows would still be regular damage. So that would be...
It's just piercing damage considered.
Okay. And then the hunter's mark itself, what is that? Is that a magical damage?
I think that's also piercing. Crap, let me look it up. That was not useful. It just says you deal extra damage, which
Okay.
I assume means it's the same damage type as the attack.
Okay. So we're just gonna... Okay. So your arrow seems to kind of pass through it. It looks like it damaged it slightly, but it was rather ineffective.
All right. If I have any time left on my turn, I'm just going to call out that we need magic.
No, I do know what that does. Okay. Cyrene, you're up.
Okay, so she's going to, again, try to do some kind of damage. So let me see. I'm gonna just move a little bit closer. She's gonna go about here And am I able to, like, do an acid splash around Val'faelen?
Can you link your acid splash in the chat?
Yeah. Ah, sorry. I was trying to.
One thing our party is missing now is a janitor, apparently.
I hope we don't wipe because of it.
Oh. I'm gonna exit the room front to back.
This is too much.
Okay, I'm looking. Oh,
Okay. I'm trying to.
Nope.
Ah, I keep trying to do it. I'm not doing this right.
I'm looking.
Okay, sorry.
Acid. Where did it go? I saw it a minute ago. There it is. Acid splash. Be within range. 2 greases. Be within range. Oh yeah, yeah. This is like an attack. So you're like hurling a bubble at it. So yeah, you can
Okay.
cast it around Val.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and hopefully the acid will, like, dissolve it? I don't know.
So I think he has to make a dexterity saving throw. Is how that worked.
This guy doesn't have shit for dex, right?
That is a 12.
Got shit for everything.
DC 12 dexterity save. He dodges.
Boo. Okay.
Cool.
Is that a... Hold on. Is that an effect where he, like, takes reduced damage, or... Nope, he takes 0 damage. Okay.
Whatever.
Tess, you're up.
Okay, going to continue making my way
Downtown.
toward the commotion. I'm gonna stop right about here where I see Talus.
You must mean the commotion.
Damn it.
And then I'm sure I can smell it now, and I'm gonna say, is that poop?
From what?
Is this poop?
Certainly
And
smells like it.
That's it for my turn.
The demon steps forward. This isn't gonna be good. This isn't good. Okay. No, it's not. Okay. Here we go. He's going to take 2 attacks against Val. All right. 1 hits and 1 misses. Oh. Okay. Ouch. That is... so yeah, he hits Val pretty freaking hard. Val is bloodied. Misku, you're up.
All right, did I watch Tess go down this corner right here? To the left?
Yes.
Cool. All right, let's measure my distance. 20. Then Take my 40 standard movement.
You actually tested from here, so that would be a 45 actually.
Hmm?
When you snapped it, you did this. Can you see that's not on your character? Yeah, there you go. So that's actually
Shit.
that'd be 45. You'd be
Okay.
sprinting at that point. So you
Well-
can sprint all the way there because remember, sprint is double your standard movement.
So is sprint's still my standard movement, but the 10 bonus I get is outside of that, right? So it would be a 70 total, not an 80 total.
Yeah, I think it'd be 70 total. Well, no, because what's the verbatim on your extra movement? Because if it adds 10 to your standard movement, a sprint is just 2 movements. Like you instead of taking an action, you're taking another move action. So it's like
I
I'm kinda
actually don't
going
know
away.
where it is on here. I saw it on my level up screen, but I'm not seeing it on here. Huh.
Hmm.
Well, I'm just gonna move to here. And we're gonna end. Right.
Huh. Interesting.
There.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I don't see it.
It's fast movement, right? Is the name of it fast movement?
Yeah.
Because it says that your speed increases by 10 feet, which means sprinting would double that to 80.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright. That's my turn. Thanks for the clarification.
Where is fast movement? Where did you see that?
Player handbook.
Yeah, it is 5th level. Yeah, right there. I see it.
We'll figure it out later.
Weird. Yeah, okay. All right. So at this point, Val'faelen is going to... Ugh. I need healing.
Ah.
Lizard needs food badly.
All right, I really need to fuck this guy up like right now. Let me see. So I'm going to go ahead and use my action surge. Or blow an action surge.
Don't blow ass.
D10 plus your fighter level. I'm going to go ahead and blow my second wind. I can't post that to the chat. Jeez. Okay, 1d10 plus fighter level's 5.
So we're on fart jokes.
1d10. Okay. 3 plus 5. 8. Okay, that was a bonus action. To drop my action surge. Gives me yet another bonus action. First attack, I'm going to do a... Distracting Strike. Go ahead and expend a superiority die. Make attack with my great sword, which totally misses. All right. So I guess I'll just make 2 more attacks with my great sword. Miss. And a hit finally. That's 10 damage. And because I have a +1, so +1 weapons are always magical damage, right? Am I
That
understanding
counts as
that
a
correctly?
magical weapon. Yeah.
Okay. 10 damage. Okay, Ianfyr has fled. Ahara, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to position myself here and have Talos. Can Talos run to the other side of the shit demon?
Yes, but I'll have him make a dexterity check to get through.
Okay.
It'd probably be ideal to back out of this thing. Yeah, I'll go
He
ahead and
rolled
call that.
19.
That's good.
So I want him to run past to provide advantage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack again. But I'm not on my core sheet. There it is. 20. I didn't roll advantage. I'm going to roll again just in case I crit. Nope. All right, so 28.
Okay.
And that is 16 piercing damage, non-magical. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Val'faelen. Let's see, do I have to touch him? No, 60 feet.
Hold on real quick. That was... Learned I can't do that today. Okay. So you're casting Healing Word.
And I'm going to cast it at level 2. This drops the Hunter's Mark, by the way. Ignore that top one. So he gets 9 healing.
9 healing.
And I'll just take a step back.
Awesome. He looks a lot better. Cyrene, you're up. Val gestures for you to move back.
So she will. She will move back here. And I guess at this point I'll just try to do some more damage and just do some magic missiles.
All right.
And she's going to throw those and then move around this corner just to give some extra space.
Tess, you're up.
Okay, so hearing all the commotion, Tess is going to run up and kind of get a look-see for what's going on here.
Looks like it's a real shitty situation.
Oh, it is poop. I am going to then cast Shield of Faith on Val.
So +2 bonus to Val. Let's do that. Actually, no, that's awful. Let's do that. That looks good. Okay. So he's hasted and Shield of Faith.
And that's it for me.
The excrement demon. Makes another attack. 2. Oh. He's going to make an attack against... one against Val and one against... Talus. Actually, it looks like they both hit. Oh boy. So Talus drops.
Sad dog.
Five. Talus is in really bad shape here. And Val'faelen is about to die. Misku, you're up.
It's really hard to tell what's going on in here, so I can't really see a whole lot.
Yeah, line of sight's kind of crazy right here. This is not a very good place to engage at.
I can hear typing. Mal, I think it's you.
Oh, you can hear me typing? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that's my bad.
I want to swap places with Val. Can I like just like run over and like toss him out of the way?
Drop bears.
Since his turn is up next, he can. I'll let him take a 5-foot step back for you.
Cool. So I'm gonna hop up, and my war club is also a +1, so that should give it magic, right?
He kind of yes, yes it does. So he lets you know, be careful. It's like a truck.
Misku walks up behind Val, places a hand on his shoulder, kind of pats him on the shoulder, and is like, "Let me take it from here." She cracks her neck, cracks her knuckles, and then starts swinging.
Or maybe like a, I don't know, 14? That is a hit.
I'm imagining every time someone hits this thing, there's just poop splattering all over the walls.
There is, actually. There's poop splattering all over the place.
I regret everything now. All right.
Keep your mouth closed.
I forget, is the rate, if there's a number of the rage factored into the number at the bottom, or do I have to add them separately?
No, you have to add them separately, which I've done.
So 7. Cool. So 7.
That one is also a hit.
18. Or 16. Numbers bad. Brain.
He is bloodied.
Man, why'd you have to say those words?
He is bloody shit.
One more swing.
That is also a hit.
10.
Looking like a toilet bowl after a Taco Bell night.
So you take 3 very great swings at this shit demon and splatter his shit all over the wall. He's pretty messed up at this point.
I'm gonna end my turn.
So Val kind of staggers. Already blown my... I'm going to take my first action to not have any potions on hand. He is simply going to back out of the hallway and post up kind of near the, back out in the open a little bit. And in his turn. Ahara, you're up.
All right. Does that mean I need to roll a death save for Talos?
Yes, you do.
He doesn't have a counter. I'll just roll one.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just kind of keep track in the chat. That is a pass. He stabilizes. 19. Oh, well, actually, no. That's a pass. First one's a pass.
Okay. I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike. That is also a concentration here. Let me link it.
Okay.
All right, so first I'm going to cast that, and then I'm going to strike, I guess, a wolf lying on the ground doesn't provide much advantage. 17.
17. All right. That is a hit.
Nine damage plus the Ensnaring Strike effect.
Okay, 9 damage.
Which I guess I have to roll that by hand. So 12 piercing.
All right, so he needs to roll the. Let's see. Okay, so he needs to roll a
strength save.
And because of his resistance, he has advantage on that saving throw.
Boo. That is not a pass.
He still fails it. So he's going to go ahead and take the full 3 damage, and he is restrained somehow. Awesome. Great work.
Yay.
Cyrene.
All right, so I can't really see him. I can just see like my little fellows down here. So let me see. So I guess since I can't really see anything and there's not much movement to be had, I will just, I guess, skip my turn.
You could move in.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can move in. You can move past.
okay.
You can't move past an enemy. You can move past your own team.
Okay. So I will. We're just in a weird line. I'll just try to do some magic missiles around people again, And let me see. Boop, boop, boop.
All right, that is.
And then I'll move
Your
out of the
missiles
way
pelt
again.
him, and missiles pelt him, and yeah, that's he's still up and still fighting against this web. As I'm afraid that is all the time that we have for the day, but we will continue this next time. Hope that everybody will join me, join us then, and we'll see you next week. Same channel. As always, this is VGpunx, the video game punk, and I'm signing off. Keep a song in your heart.